Let me show you the only three investments my wife and I use in our $263,000 portfolio to invest in the stock market. First investment is going to be the Vanguard Total Stock Market Index Fund, or VTI as the ticker symbol. This one fund is comprised of over 3,000 companies. Here are some of the biggest ones inside of it, but it tries to aim to own the entire US stock market. I'm a big proponent of low cost investing, and so 0.03 is the expense ratio of this fund. Returns drive portfolios overall. This one has done 12.15 over the last 10 years on average per year. Up second, we have the Vanguard Info Tech ETF, and this is a tech heavy tilt in the USA stock market. Here you can see the composition of the portfolio, at least the top 10, and it has about 322 companies inside of the portfolio overall. It has a higher expense ratio than VTI at 0.09, but again, still dirt cheap when we're talking about expense ratios overall. If you follow the stock market, especially over the last decade, tech has dominated 19.81% per year return, and so that's what this fund has done over the last decade. The third and final fund that we use is the Vanguard Total International Stock Market ETF, and that ticker symbol is VXUS. This fund is comprised of almost 9,000 companies, and this one aims to be all international, hence International Stock Market Index. Again, pretty cheap, 0.05% in between VTI and VGT, so cheap is what we like. Returns over the last decade internationally have not been awesome, 5.62% on average for this fund, but we'll talk about that in a second. Here's the whole portfolio put together: VTI, VGT, and VXUS. We put a 60-20-20 split into it, so 60 goes to VTI, 20 to VGT, and 20 to VXUS. I have the expense ratios and then the 10-year returns up there as well. So I kind of did a weighted 10-year return right here for you, and that's after the expense ratio. So for the last 10 years, if you were invested in a style like this, you would have returned 12.33% per year, which is awesome. But the S&P 500, or VOO, which is a cheap version of that, is 12.79. So I lose some return, but what do I gain? I'm invested in the entire international stock market, and then I also have a tech tilt. But again, it depends on what you want to invest in. I'm just sharing my philosophy overall. That's it. Those are the three things that my wife and I invest in for our investing portfolio across the board. Hopefully it's helpful to see that. If it changes, I will let you know. But this channel is about transparency. I want to show you exactly what I'm doing, and you make your own decisions. Chris Lee, Everyday Finance. I will see you in the next one.